Do we have any additions or changes to the agenda?
In front of you, it is a hard packet. There's no actual physical changes to the agenda, but because we're working a little backwards this month, based on agenda review with the Board of County Commissioners, this stuff has been sent to the county commissioners already. So there are some small little changes to the hard copy in front of you, and the digital one that we're gonna show you online that Darlene has pulled up. Is some of the small minor tweaks to some of the two items I just requested.
I pulled up version 2.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
correct.
Okay. All right.
Service area, you'll probably see a map on it. The previous version didn't have a map. The youth delegate has we need to update the policy and procedure for the outboard, not just the
Hi.
statute. And not even any ordinance.
You're gonna always stick with one empty space. And
Oh, we didn't plan it. I don't think so. It's just like, it just happened. Okay.
Any other changes or additions? If I see any public to comment,
Nope.
the November minutes will be brought to us at our next meeting.
Yes.
And we have a farm, speak right, who's gonna be doing the minutes for us. We're just gonna be putting together notes and everything for them.
That brings us to the regular agenda. 5A, the public transit service area. Take it away.
In this packet, in the first item, you through the abstract shows the history, how the Orange County Public Transit Service was established back in 1982, when the service was, when the agency was first established, the CAT agency, and it went to Prospect Park, Cedar Grove, Prospect Hill, sorry, Cedar Grove, Hillsborough, Chapel Hill. When that service has expanded since then, encompassing all of Orange County, and at some points going far outside Orange County. Right now, we go like 30 miles outside Orange County because of ESS and agencies and things like that. To update our service area, we need to go through a formal process, which is mainly this outboard making a recommendation, sending it to the Board of County Commissioners to clearly define our service area as 10 miles outside Orange County. We are now direct recipients of FTA 5307 funds. This designation gives us direct access to some of the FTA, the 5307 funds relating to the DOT. Part of that federal compliance review is delineating and defining our service area boundary. We've grown from 1982 since now. So in your map attachment is the actual map of what the service area boundary looks like, going out 10 miles outside Orange County. And we're looking for your recommendation to approve this new service area boundary so that we're also consulting, we also contract with Nancy Nelson Nygaard to update our short range transit plan. With this approval, we'll be able to put this into that short range transit plan and update our service area.
I
So,
move approval. So what we need,
yeah, I just need a recommendation for approval.
I make a recommendation for approval.
All right. All right.
We just,
Discussion.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering how the proposed area compares to the current area.
currently, there is no defined area because right now we have some customers going 30 miles outside the area. So if we take one bus with one customer 30 miles out, that bus cannot service Orange County for that one customer going 30 miles out.
Understood.
We're trying to define this so we can explain that, okay, we're only going 10 miles out. Because there's a lot of private service providers out there right now offering to do that 30, 40, 50.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Other discussion or comments?
So who was the, I'm sorry, just make sure I get the names right.
Randy moved.
Huh? Sorry?
Did Roy second? Randy moved. No further discussion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions. Motion carries unanimously. That brings us to item 5B, youth delegate to the DOCC, youth delegate to the outboard.
Yeah, thank you so much for the Parks and Recs Commission. Y'all explained to me how y'all did your youth
Mhm.
delegate position in your board and your council. We're not doing any reviewing documentation. I simply took your letter that you provided to your thing, formatted the outboard format. The county manager wanted us to make sure we update our policies and procedures, so that's one note that's been added, so that we need to update our policy and procedure. I provided a little draft for that update to that policy and procedure, which is bullet number 2 in membership. Simply saying that one non-voting youth delegate between the age of 13 to 17 be appointed to serve annually. I had said 13 to 18, that would, because the 18 youth would be considered an adult, would be considered a voting number. So I had limited to 13 to 17.
For 13 to 18, and they're like, oh, no, that's an adult.
So it is 13 to 17, any school in Orange County, any red, public, private, charter, whatever, this youth would be able to serve annually, would be the voice of the youth on the outboard permit.
Mhm.
Not just during the state private school update, but that's where they would start in that process.
Yes.
How would this delegate be selected?
Same as any outboard member is selected, an application would be made public to the public to be apply, and then BOCC would simply pick a name of that
We have a clear timeline for it.
annually. All it says annually is 1 year. So there'd be a new youth delegate every year.
But there'd be a real rush. Try to get on the,
I told my daughter about this, he's like, yeah.
gonna have to sweeten the pot somehow.
They were handing out, in high school, the person to shadow different positions from mayor on down.
Yeah, that
I
program.
got, cemetery superintendent. Beside the shadow.
I just need your recommendation to approve, because the approval that you're approving is the letter that's drafted in your packet, along with the update of the policy and procedure.
Do we have such a motion?
I'll second.
2 seconds. Further discussion.
Wasn't that a nitpick on the, oh yeah, actually, that's just the action numbers and statements. Materials, but.
So here, this one says 13 to do, so you're saying 13 to 17.
Yeah.
I'm just. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Other discussion?
Well, I wonder if it would be prudent to somehow draft a letter to the middle schools, I don't know, principals, counselors, and make this position of known and available, otherwise it.
We're doing this in the safe private school program.
We're gonna do it.
The safe private school update.
Yes,
We will let them know, hey, this.
yes, but it has to come through here first
I see.
so that you're aware.
I will make the recommendation, it will go to Port County Commissioners.
Yes.
If the board will approve it, then the clerk's office is to set up the application process.
Yes.
Once the application goes live, we're updating the separate school, we'll let everyone know, hey, that you use the plot.
In November, we spent a long time talking about safe routes to school and the politics of dealing with the interim superintendent at this point. That's that discussion. Anyway, no further discussion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Hi.
All opposed, nay. Abstentions. Motion carries.
Okay, that's the
That's
same.
that's all action in terms of the app work for this meeting.
That's really all the actions, yeah.
This is up in your packet is the update. We have going on, many DOT projects.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the two transportation planning projects,
This right here, real quick, did you tell them for the bylaws? It looks like we added in here, so we need to update the bylaws. Here's the red part.
yeah,
That's the next thing. Okay, so that's. Correct, but I wanted to just bring that up because someone might not catch that or know. So we do have an update to our bylaws. Okay,
Should we have a motion and pass that update to the bylaw?
when you're approving the entire item.
Okay.
You are.
For the entire item.
But I was just letting you know we're adding it to that, so that way you are aware. So then we'll send this back through the BOC for that little part right there, so they can approve it. Okay,
No,
All right.
I already, sorry, if there's any other questions? Sorry. In terms of this item, the short range transit plan, Nelson Nygaard is contracted, they've done the kickoff for the update of the short range transit plan. We extended the core technical team to each of the towns, the chapter participates as the core technical team on that process. Hillsborough, Carrboro, Mebane also participated in that. The transportation multimodal plan isn't, it's more than a consolidation of all these already approved plans and documents. WSP is the contracting firm to put that together. We've already kicked off that project. Both projects are almost a year long to complete, so they'll be coming back to you periodically for your input process. There'll be a website created for both of these. Well, the short range transit plan will have a website, but transportation multimodal plan will not, because consolidation of all the plans. They'll both come to you for your action later, for your recommendation and stuff as they get developed before it goes to board of county commissioners. In your packet is the public engagement process. The short range transit plan will go through. Now, so I'm going to be implementing to update that planning process.
I'm gonna refrain from saying anything about puffins.
Model plan adding anything like that facilities for the county?
No, we're not adding anything new. We're just simply taking whatever's in the CTPs and the MTPs already adopted. The collective street plans that are currently already adopted, and simply compiling them together in one document. No new projects.
Help me remember, I was several months ago interviewed by somebody who wanted information about, I don't know, either the commissioners or transportation planning.
That's the one. The land use plan. The county planning department is updating their land.
Yeah.
use Plan,
Okay.
call it 2050 land use plan.
Okay.
They're updating that process.
Thank you.
Josh, to help, answer more of your question. The transportation multimodal plan will provide recommendations as to how we can create and establish new projects going forward in the future. The county, for maybe the urban, the rural areas, not the town areas, but the unincorporated areas, how we can prioritize projects, how we can identify projects, define projects for future spots, missions, and selections through prioritization, through scoring, through data, through our, like the MTP goals and objectives, how we can do that in the future. But no new projects will be defined in this process. They may identify some gaps, like, okay, here's what town is doing, here's what the rural area is doing, how do we fill those gaps? I hope that helps explain, answer your question.
That's fine.
The other updates for us, Nish?
I want to let, and big shout out to Darlene, who's put together an application to the Orange, to the DCSPO for the countywide bike ped.
Yes,
It is in the FY 25 UPW.
It is.
Unified Planning
It
Work
is.
Program for the DCSPO, which is meeting tomorrow morning. But tomorrow
Somewhat.
afternoon
more to follow.
to fund that project. So at some point, if it gets funded, if it gets approved, we'll be mirroring what Durham County is doing. Durham County is also doing a bike ped plan for the Durham County in partnership with the city. Orange County will be doing a bike ped plan for Orange County because Parks and Rec is doing the trails. County.
Yes. Mhm.
Following the trails plan with the Parks and Recs plan. With the bike rec test plan, ours will be a little delayed because it'll be in July because approved and funded. He's already starting his now. My understanding is he's working on his scope of work for his now. So we'll be working on, did that get funded in February? If the UPWPs get approved in February, they will be getting it funded in starting in July. With procurement and process and everything like that to do that. And there will be doing work with Chapel Hill, Carrboro, Hillsborough and all that. To make sure that the unincorporated bike ped facilities and unincorporated Orange County are in line with what the towns are doing. Town plans will feed our plan. We won't be telling towns what to do. But that'll be a long, big process, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of interest. And
That's gonna kick off summer, you said, or less?
first, the UPWP needs to be approved. once it's approved and the funding allocated, we will have our budget to, because we have to pay the local match for it, which is like
Mhm.
8,000.
It's like 8,000,
So
yeah.
we'll do that, and then FPO will procure the contract, get the consultant on board, once we will, and
Hopefully.
then they'll provide the schedule and the process, how that process is gonna go. Hopefully it'll be a year-long planning process, so let's see,
Okay.
whatever the county's first, like, pet plan.
Any other questions or comments from commission members?
The last thing is the NCDOT project, that's what you have in your packet.
And everything in red is the update.
Meeting on material.
Is there a new version of the agenda packet? Because the one I had, fighting right now.
Yes, yes.
Hard copy. There's-
That's why we gave you a hard copy. I'll send out another one. So we made some last minute changes like today.
It was county doing that,
Yes,
but
yes.
Question changes little,
That's why, so.
but the new one will be posted online.
um,
The new one will be published online. I mean,
It will be. I got to try to call them again so they can give me access to that part. I added, and I need to put the new one on there. I added the old one, but it wouldn't let me. I'm still blocked on something. I'll talk to Todd. No, Katrina told me of a person to talk to that'll walk me through this and still give me access on how to go straight to Todd.
Nothing else,
That's it.
Anything else, I'll entertain.
Yeah, we gave you. Yeah, and I gave you the updates. That's all we have. I will say that we are having a meeting with the NCTOD. I think it's on the 24th. And so after that, then,
that's a quarterly luncheon.
yeah, the quarterly luncheon.
We'll get an update from y'all.
It's normally in this room, but we had to use another room because this room is booked. So we got another room this time. So,
You and your counterpart see it.
Okay.
And then go on the items.
yeah. So, but that's all we have for right now.
Yeah, just need a motion to adjourn.
What's a slip ramp?
Put it this way, you know.
What's the record?
Right, NC 70, 86, that little slip lane, that little turn slip lane.
70 and 86. No, not really. This is just a right turn.
It's like it's just an extra lane that allows you to, like an on-ramp. Like,
Okay,
it's
all
an
right.
extra lane that gets you to be able to connect to that.
So that's called a slip lane.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that a couple of things that are going on are not listed here. The one that I mentioned earlier is that they're clearly going to put a four-way stop at Dotson's and Dairyland. Although,
That's because we
Market.
haven't had an update since really kind of like in a minute. So hopefully on this month, we'll have some more updates. Maybe it just started and it might take a minute to put it on there. I don't know.
what is that called?
Spot safety, if it's a four-way intersection, it's a spot safety. Like,
Yeah.
Trying to see if it's ever listed in the spots, this project.
I thought we typically got those on a fairly frequent basis.
They usually, this yellow table that you see in your packet,
Mm-hmm.
the right side, if it's an SS number, it's a spot safety project, the four-way intersection like that is a spot safety thing, and I don't see it listed.
Well, the comment that I heard was that it was so successful at Old 70 and
Mm-hmm.
70 in Lawrence,
no,
Neil,
not 70, old 86 and
Ash Road, no, Ash Road is three-way.
Arthur Bennett.
Arthur Minute, right.
Arthur Minnis, yeah, Arthur Minnis and Old 86, that's the that's a four-way stop, and
But
Yeah,
the point that was made to me was that it was so successful there, they were going to do it at Dotson's and Dairyland.
There was a story in the NNO in the last 2 or 3 weeks about how DOT is gonna roll out more and more four-way stops because they seem to decrease accidents significantly, especially fatalities.
They need them.
Well, I got
Everybody don't
totaled
stop
at
though.
that intersection because somebody,
They yield.
I stopped and the old 86 person didn't stop. And after he hit my car and spun it around and drove me off the road, his comment was, well, I didn't know this was a four-way stop. You could go straight through here the last time I came.
But can't you see the stop sign? But can't you see the stop? It's like big and red with the letters is in white, just so you can see.
Where it says stop sign
Well,
coming up.
this was a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how long it had been in
Play.
place.
I would say this is at Orange Grove Road and Hudson or Orange Grove Road and
Where I got hit or where they're planning.
four-way stop.
The four-way stop that they're planning is Orange Grove and, I mean, is Dotson's and Dairyland.
Dodson and Darien.
And one of the problems there is that stop sign has to be replaced about 3 weeks. Somebody just flattens it and the crew comes out and now they've got about 3 stop signs at that intersection with reflectors on the posts, everything else. And that maybe they have figured that if you have to stop 4 ways, that people will slow down and not keep knocking out those stop signs.
Okay.
We'll be back.
DOT and then DOT meeting, we'll ask about them.
Mhm. We'll ask at the meeting.
And we'll also be sure to ask, are you adding any more that we don't?
At that intersection, when the district engineer was here, I mentioned that there was a huge rut turning right off of Donson's on the Dairyland. Well, they filled it in with, it looks like mush, because now they're deep ruts that go all the way through where what used to be a big pothole.
And eventually DOT will realize stop doing these Band-Aids.
And they needed to put gravel in there, but I don't know what they put in there, but it didn't do any good.
All right.
All right, we'll be back February 19th.
See y'all soon.
Just me tell what part of town I go.
Yes, we see what part you go through.
You're missing a lot of people.